One of the things I'm asked about a lot when I do demonstrations at trade shows and at dealer seminars is, can the TwisTech do something besides make spinners and other wire forms? And one of the most popular things that I'm asked about is something we call a swing spreader. It's a little spreader with an arm that swings freely on a main shaft, used primarily by plunkers, bank fishermen, surf fishermen, that sort of thing. The answer is yes, you can, but there are some tricks to it, and I'm going to show you those tricks right now. You're going to begin with a piece of wire, and you're going to use many of the same techniques that are used making a regular spreader or a spinner. The difference is you're going to put more of this out in front to begin with. We're going to have about 3 or 4 inches hanging out here. Bend it around and kink it over just like you would if you were making a loop shaft for a spinner. But now when you start putting the wrap on there, you're going to go about 5 or 6 turns. And here's where it's a little bit of a trick. You're going to use your thumb to hold that wire in the forming die as you crank it back about a half a turn. What that does is it relaxes these coils around the wire. And you'll see the purpose for that in a minute. Now you're going to take and cut this eye off. We're going to straighten this out just a little bit, set this 90 degrees, and slide this right off of the wire. There's a little tag end here sometimes. If there is, just go ahead and nip that off. Now, in the same fashion that you would make a regular loop, you're going to put a loop on the end of this, just like this. Bend it around, kink it over, get it on center, come over to this side, wind it up till all of that tag end is used up. At this point, you've got the swing end part of the spreader. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take the remaining wire, put a loop on one end, just as you would any other loop situation. Then we're going to thread a bead on there, and the bead becomes a bearing surface for the swing arm. And in this case, since this is a miniature spreader, we're going to use little beads. You put that on, slide your spring arm down over it, your swing arm, put another bead on top, put the bead down, form another loop on the other end, and since I want this to be kind of a small one, I'm going to bend it down a little bit closer, clip off the excess so I'm not wrapping too much on there, and again, just wrap that up like you would any other loop shaft. When you're all done, your swing spreader right there. That's all there is to it.